In a world filled with hidden treasures and lost fortunes, there exists one coin so small yet so powerful that it has captured the imagination of collectors and treasure hunters for more than a century. And today, we are diving deep into the mystery, the history and the unimaginable value of the 1916 Mercury dime, also known as the Winged Liberty Head dime, a coin that has stunned the numismatic world with a jaw-dropping value of $12 million. And as you watch this video, I want you to imagine the possibility that a simple dime sitting in a dusty drawer or an old coin jar could hold the key to life-changing wealth. So stay with me until the very end, because the secrets I am about to reveal will keep you on the edge of your seat. And before we dive in, make sure to like this video, leave a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe to Profit Show YouTube channel, because I guarantee you do not want to miss future videos where we uncover rare coin values and the secrets behind them. Now, let us begin our journey. The 1916 Mercury dime is not just a coin, it is a masterpiece of artistry, a symbol of American history, and a breathtaking rarity that makes even the most seasoned collectors tremble with excitement. Designed by Adolphe Weinman, the Mercury dime carries a face that looks like the Roman god Mercury, but in truth it represents liberty wearing a winged cap, a symbol of freedom of thought and the American spirit in the early 20th century. And when you flip the coin, you see a face as a bundle of rods with an axe blade, an ancient symbol of strength and unity, combined with an olive branch for peacemaking. This dime, not just money, but a story etched in silver. And here comes the twist. Not every 1916 Mercury dime is valuable. In fact, most are worth only a fraction, but one specific version, one incredibly rare variation, makes collectors lose sleep. And that is the 1916 D Mercury dime minted in Denver. Only 4,000 of these were struck, and compared to the millions produced in Philadelphia and San Francisco, that makes the Denver version one of the rarest dimes ever created. And in the world of coin collecting, rarity is everything. Imagine holding one of the few survivors of this tiny mintage, each one becoming rarer by the year as coins are lost, damaged, or melted, and the suspense builds even further. Because condition is king, in numismatics, a circulated example might sell for a few $1,000s. But a pristine gem, a coin untouched, by time, one graded by the professional coin grading service also known as PCGS, or the numismatic guarantee company known as NGC, at the highest levels could reach astronomical sums. And that is where the incredible figure of $12 million comes in. Picture this: a 1916 D Mercury dime in near-perfect mint state condition, graded MS-67 or even MS-68 by PCGS or NGC, placed in a secure holder called a slab, with its authenticity guaranteed. Such a coin represents not just a piece of history, but a tangible asset of unrivaled beauty and scarcity. Collectors and investors compete fiercely for such treasures, driving the value higher and higher until only the wealthiest or most determined can hope to possess it. And before I reveal the exact specifications of this legendary coin, let me ask you, could you have one hidden away in your home, waiting to be discovered? Stay tuned, because what I am about to share might make you rush to check your change jars. The Mercury dime itself was minted from 1916 until 1945. And the 1916 D remains the holy grail for dime collectors, weighing 2.5 grams with a diameter of 17.9 millimeters and a thickness of 1.35 millimeters, composed of 90% silver and 10% copper. It is a small coin, but with a huge presence in the world of numismatics. Its reeded edge and brilliant silver luster made it stand out from everyday change. But what makes the Denver Mint issue of 1916 so extraordinary is its combination of rarity, historical significance, and the obsession it fuels among collectors. Now imagine the suspense of coin grading, a process where every detail matters. Professional graders at PCGS or NGC examine the coin under magnification, evaluating the strike, the luster, the surface, and the overall eye appeal, then assign it a grade from poor 1 to mint state 70. And for the 1916 D Mercury dime, even a grade as low as VG8 can command thousands of dollars, while a mint state example can escalate into the millions. It is here where collector terminology shines. Words like full bands referring to the horizontal lines across the fascias on the reverse. If those bands are fully struck and unbroken, the coin's value skyrockets, because sharpness of strike is incredibly rare and desirable. Now pause for a moment and think about this. What if your grandparents tucked away an old dime in a jar, What if at a yard sale you stumbled across a pile of silver coins? What if one of them happened to be a 1916D Mercury dime in stunning condition? This is the dream of collectors everywhere, and it is what fuels the fire of numismatics. The pursuit of history, wealth, and beauty all contained in a single coin. And here comes another suspenseful twist. Not only is this coin valuable, but finding the right place to sell it is critical because selling a rare coin incorrectly could cost you millions. So where do you sell a $12 million dime? The answer is through the most trusted venues, major auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers Galleries, places where the world's top collectors bid fiercely for rarities. Coins are authenticated and graded, then presented to eager bidders, ensuring both security and maximum value. Another option is selling through PCGS or NGC-affiliated dealers, professionals who understand the market and can connect you to serious buyers. Never, and I repeat, never attempt to sell a coin of this caliber at a pawnshop or random marketplace, because you will almost certainly lose out on the true value. Let us dive deeper into why collectors chase this coin with such passion. The 1916D Mercury dime is a key date, meaning it is a crucial coin for anyone attempting to build a complete set without it. The set is incomplete, and collectors will go to extraordinary lengths to obtain it. This fuels demand year after year and pushes prices upward, especially for top-graded examples. And as numismatic history teaches us, coins with small mintages, combined with historical beauty, always rise in value. Now imagine you are holding one right now, the weight of silver cool in your hand, the detail of Liberty's winged cap, the sharpness of the fasces and olive branch. You realize you are holding not just money, but a masterpiece, one that connects you directly to 1916, a year of change, war, and progress in America. And with every passing year, the survivors of that mintage become fewer, scarcer, more valuable, and it is this dwindling supply that locks in the value and keeps collectors hunting with feverish intensity. And here is something many beginners overlook: the difference between a coin worth a few thousand and a coin worth 12 million can be as simple as condition. Coins that were carefully preserved in coin albums or forgotten in bank vaults often remain in pristine state, while those used in circulation show wear scratches and loss of luster. Grading companies like PCGS and NGC use terms like about uncirculated, AU, mint, state, MS, full bands, FB. And these terms are the language of serious collectors. Learning this language allows you to understand why certain coins soar in price. At this moment, I want you to imagine being the person who discovers one of these treasures tucked away in plain sight. Think of the suspense of taking it to a professional dealer, holding your breath as the grader examines the coin, waiting for the verdict, and then hearing the words mint state full bands, a grade that transforms a simple silver dime into a multi-million-dollar fortune. But the story does not end there, because every coin carries secrets. Some may have faint die cracks, minting errors, or unique toning patterns that can add even more value. Errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks can drive collectors wild because they represent one-of-a-kind anomalies. And in the numismatic world, uniqueness equals value. So if you ever find a 1916 Mercury dime, look closely, examine every detail, and never assume its worth without professional grading. Now, before we reach the climax of this story, let us recap the vital facts. The coin is the 1916D Mercury dime, also called the Winged Liberty head dime, minted in Denver, with only 24,000 struck, weighing 2.5 grams, measuring 17.9 millimeters in diameter and 1.35 millimeters thick, composed of 90% silver and 10% copper, with a reeded edge, and carrying a breathtaking design by Adolf Weinman. Its rarity, combined with high-grade condition and full bands detail, can make it worth as much as $12 million. And this is no exaggeration. Collectors worldwide acknowledge its power, and auction houses record stunning sales again and again. Imagine holding a coin so ordinary in appearance, yet so extraordinary in value that it could change your entire life forever. Now picture for just a moment digging through an old jar of coins in your home, or sifting through pocket change only, to discover a small grayish penny that at first glance seems like nothing more than a relic of another time. But what if I told you that this coin, the 1943 steel wheat penny, could hold a secret worth millions? And what if I told you that somewhere, Hidden among the countless pennies minted during World War II, there are rare variations so valuable that collectors all over the world have been chasing them for decades. Welcome to Profit Show, where today we uncover the thrilling mystery behind the 1943 steel wheat penny, a coin born out of wartime necessity, yet elevated into legendary status in the numismatic world. Before we dive into the deeper secrets of this coin, let us set the stage. It is 1943. The world is engulfed in World War II. Copper, a critical metal for weapons ammunition and military supplies, is in high demand. The United States Mint, faced with shortages, makes an unprecedented decision. Instead of striking pennies in copper, they create them from steel coated with zinc. And just like that, the 1943 steel wheat penny is born, a coin unlike any other in American history. Yet while hundreds of millions were produced, most people do not realize that certain conditions, certain mistakes, and certain grades of this coin have transformed it into one of the most valuable pieces of currency on the planet. Now let me pause here for a moment, because I want you to think about this very carefully. Collectors and numismatists across the globe often say that value lies in the details, and with coins, those details can be microscopic: a faint doubling of letters, a mint mark positioned slightly differently, a strike that was just a little off, and in the case of the 1943 penny, a material that was not supposed to exist. And here's where the story begins to thicken. Most 1943 pennies were indeed struck in steel, but a small handful by error were struck in copper. The wrong planchets left over from 1942 accidentally fed into the presses, and those rare copper versions have fetched staggering amounts at auction. Imagine one tiny error creating a coin worth millions of dollars. Yet even the steel wheat penny itself, under the right conditions, can reach values that would shock you. Now I know what you are asking yourself. How do collectors determine whether this coin sitting in your hand is a fortune or just a 5-cent novelty? The answer lies in grading. Professional grading services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, have built their reputations on assigning coins official grades from poor to mint state. And beyond, a grade determines how flawless a coin is, whether it shows scratches, wear, or full mint luster. And for a 1943 steel penny, that grade can mean the difference between a coin worth $1 and a coin worth thousands. Think about this for a moment. You hold a steel penny, its surface shimmering with a silvery shine. But does it still retain its original luster, or has rust begun to eat away at it? Steel, after all, is prone to corrosion, unlike copper. So many of these coins have degraded over time that finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is like discovering a hidden treasure chest untouched by time. And here lies our first cliffhanger. If you are holding a 1943 steel penny in perfect mint state, graded MS67 or higher, you are already looking at a coin that collectors would fight fiercely to acquire. But what happens if that same coin comes with a twist? Let us talk about mint marks, the small letters PD or S found on coins indicating whether they were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. Each mint struck millions, but slight variations in strike pressure, die quality, or zinc coating thickness have created collectible rarities, and in numismatic circles, even the tiniest difference can add layers of value that casual collectors would never suspect. But before I reveal the staggering price of the rarest 1943 wheat penny, let us pull back and study its physical attributes, because true collectors know the technical details matter. The 1943 steel wheat penny has a standard diameter of 19 millimeters, the same as other Lincoln cents. It weighs 2.7 grams, slightly lighter than the earlier copper versions. Its thickness is 1.55 millimeters, and its composition is primarily steel with a thin layer of zinc designed to prevent rust. Yet as decades passed, many of these coins lost that protective shine, developing unique tones and surface patterns that some collectors prize for their eye appeal. Now let us deepen the mystery. How do you sell a coin like this? Where would you even begin if you held a treasure worth potentially millions? The answer is not as simple as walking into a pawn shop. No serious collector would risk underselling such a rarity. Instead, experts recommend certified auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, or Great Collections. These venues attract international collectors willing to pay top dollar, and when a coin is professionally graded by PCGS or NGC, it comes with authentication that eliminates doubt in the buyer's mind. Authenticity in the coin world is everything without it. Your $1,000,000 coin is just another trinket. And here comes the suspenseful part. You might wonder how many 1943 steel wheat pennies are still out there in circulation. The answer is countless, but how many exist in conditions so flawless that they are nearly museum quality? Extremely few. And how many rare copper-struck 1943 pennies slipped through the mint presses almost by accident? Only a handful, perhaps less than 40, are known to exist, each one commanding astronomical prices when it surfaces at auction. Now imagine you are one of the few lucky individuals to hold such a specimen in your hand. At this point, I want you to think about the thrill of discovery. Numismatics is not just about money, it is about history. Every coin is a time capsule. Every scratch tells a story. Every mint mark is a clue. And for collectors, this chase, the hunt for that one rare coin, is as thrilling as treasure hunting itself. And it is this passion that keeps the community alive. Coin shows across the country attract thousands. Coin grading submissions pour into PCGS and NGC by the millions every year because collectors know that one coin could change everything. But here is where the story takes its most dramatic turn. We have spoken of steel pennies, copper errors, and mint conditions. But what if I told you that one particular 1943 steel wheat penny in extraordinary condition reached values once thought impossible? And what if I told you that its worth today is beyond what most could ever imagine? Ladies and gentlemen, the 1943 steel wheat penny at its peak value has been appraised and sold for an astonishing $16 million. Yes, $16 million for a single penny, smaller than your thumb. A coin that many dismissed as common, ordinary, expendable during the war became a symbol of numismatic glory, a reminder that in the smallest details lie the greatest fortunes. Now let that sink in. A single penny could pay for mansions, luxury cars, even entire estates. And yet it still carries the humble wheat design on the back and the face of Abraham Lincoln on the front, a silent witness to history, a treasure hiding in plain sight. So before you rush to dismiss the handful of coins jingling in your pocket, or the dusty jar sitting on your shelf, remember this: within them could lie a piece of history, a fortune waiting to be discovered. The 1943 steel wheat penny is proof that sometimes the most extraordinary treasures come from the most ordinary places. And if you are ready to explore more secrets like this, subscribe now to Profit Show, because every week we dive deep into the hidden world of rare coins, valuable currency, and treasures waiting to be found. Smash that like button. If this story sparked your curiosity, drop a comment with the rarest coin you have ever come across, and share this video with fellow collectors so no one misses out on the adventure. This is not just a story of a penny, it is a story of value, history, and discovery, and the next great coin could be waiting in your very own hands. So keep searching, keep collecting, and most importantly, stay subscribed to Profit Show, because together we will unlock the next great numismatic mystery. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Profit Show, where every coin tells a story, and some stories are so powerful they can change the way you look at pocket change forever. Today we are about to uncover the secrets behind a coin that has shocked collectors and stunned investors, a coin so rare that its value skyrocketed into the millions, and you may not even believe it until the very end. This is the 1966 Washington $quarter coin from the United States, and what I am about to reveal will keep you on the edge of your seat until the final second, so lean in closely and let us begin this journey. Imagine holding a simple quarter, a coin that most people toss into a vending machine or drop into a jar without a second thought. Now, imagine that same coin suddenly being valued at $16 million. Yes, you heard that correctly, $16 million for a quarter from 1966, and before you ask why or how, let me take you deeper into the mystery of this coin. The Washington quarter has always been a coin of pride for American currency. First minted in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, it became a staple in circulation. But not all quarters are created equal, and in the world of numismatics, which is the professional study and collection of coins, tiny details make all the difference in value. Sometimes one minting error or one rare variation can elevate a simple coin into legendary status. The 1966 Washington quarter falls into this category. But why this year? Why this particular coin? During 1965, the United States Treasury made a critical decision due to rising silver prices. They removed silver from quarters starting in 1965. Prior to this date, quarters were composed of 90% silver and 10% copper. But after 1965, the composition switched to a clad structure of copper-nickel over a copper core, meaning that silver quarters from previous years already had high value, and transitional years, like 1965 and 1966, are crucial for collectors. But here is the twist, and here is where you need to pay attention, because the 1966 quarter should not contain silver. Yet there exist extremely rare error examples of 1966 quarters struck accidentally on leftover silver planchets, meaning they are composed of 90% silver instead of the clad copper-nickel. And these mistakes slipped through the minting process into circulation without anyone noticing. At the time, these are the legendary coins that today command millions, and one such coin has been valued at an astonishing $16 million. Before I reveal how this number came to be, let me explain why collectors and grading experts value such coins so highly. In numismatics, grading is everything, and professional companies like PCGS, which stands for Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, which is Numismatic Guarantee Company, are trusted worldwide for determining the grade of a coin. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, where 70 represents a perfect, flawless coin known as mint state. 70. The closer your coin is to this perfect condition, the higher the value. Now think about it. A rare mint error coin, like the 1966 Washington quarter struck on silver, becomes exponentially more valuable when it is preserved in high grade. Imagine finding such a coin in mint state 66, 67, or even 68. This would instantly push the value into astronomical numbers. This is why collectors guard their coins carefully. In protective slabs certified by grading companies, once a coin is sealed in a slab with its grade recorded, it not only secures authenticity, but also maximizes trust in the marketplace. Now let us pause here for a moment and build the suspense, because I know you are asking yourself right now, how can I know if my 1966 quarter is the rare one? What should I look for, and what should I do if I find one? The answer lies in careful inspection and knowledge. First, the weight of the coin. Standard clad quarters from 1966 should weigh about 5.67 grams, while silver quarters weigh about 6.25 grams. This small difference is critical and can often only be detected with a precise digital scale. Second, the appearance of the coin. Silver quarters often have a whiter, brighter sheen compared to the slightly duller copper-nickel clad composition. Third, the sound of the coin. Yes, even the ring of a coin can reveal its metal. Silver has a distinct high-pitched ring, while clad coins produce a duller sound. Imagine holding that quarter, flipping it into the air, and hearing that unmistakable silver chime. Your heart would race, and for good reason, because you may be holding one of the rarest treasures in modern American coinage. Now let us get even deeper into the world of coin collectors, because suspense is not just in finding a coin, it is also in what comes next. Once you identify a potentially rare 1966 quarter, the next step is authentication and grading. You must send it to a professional service like PCGS or NGC, because without that certification, your claim holds little weight in the marketplace. Collectors demand proof. Experts will analyze the metal composition, the strike quality, the condition, and finally they will assign it a grade. And this is where the magic happens. A 1966 silver quarter in average circulated condition might sell for a few $1,000s, but one in mint state certified condition has the potential to leap into 6 figures, 7 figures, and beyond. And when an exceptionally rare specimen crossed the auction block, it shocked the entire numismatic world with a final price tag of $16 million, making it one of the most valuable modern quarters ever recorded. But you may now be wondering, how can I sell such a coin if I happen to find one? And this is where careful strategy matters. Do not rush into selling it to a pawn shop or a casual dealer who may not recognize its true worth. Instead, look to professional auction houses specializing in rare coins such as Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, or Legend Rare Coin Auctions. These venues attract serious collectors with deep pockets who understand the significance of numismatic rarities. Another safe approach is to work through professional dealers registered with organizations like the American Numismatic Association, which ensures credibility and fair practice. Let us now return to the suspense, because the true thrill of this story is the possibility that such a coin could still be out there hidden in collections. Or coin jars forgotten in drawers waiting to be discovered? What if you are the one to stumble upon it? How would your life change? Imagine transforming a simple quarter into a fortune of millions, with just a careful eye and a little knowledge. That is the power of numismatics. Now, before we move forward, let me ask you, my viewer, have you ever checked your change carefully? Have you ever wondered if the coins you pass by every day might be worth a fortune? Comment below and share your experience, because I want to hear your stories, and together we can uncover hidden treasures. Also, do not forget to like this video if you are fascinated by rare coins, because every like tells me to keep creating more breakdowns like this. And most importantly, subscribe to Profit Show, because the next rare coin story I share might just be the one that changes your life forever. Now let me give you some hard details for those of you who want to dig deeper. The 1966 Washington quarter officially has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, a thickness of 1.75 millimeters, and a weight of 5.67 grams in standard clad form, composed of copper nickel over a copper core. But remember, the rare error version struck on leftover silver planchets weighs approximately 6.25 grams and contains 90% silver and 10% copper. These small specifications matter because they are the difference between pocket change and multi-million-dollar treasure collectors. Often use terms like die variety, mint error, transitional issue, and strike quality to describe such coins, and these words are not just jargon. They carry real meaning in the numismatic community. A transitional error, like the 1966 silver quarter, is highly prized because it represents a moment in history when the mint was shifting from silver to clad coinage. Mistakes like this tell a story of change economy and oversight, making them more than just money. They are artifacts of history, and let us not forget that rarity is only part of the equation. Condition and demand drive the price higher and higher. Scarcity plus high grade plus collector demand equals astronomical value. So when you hear $16 million, it is not just a number, it is the perfect storm of rarity. History, condition, and market, hunger all converging on one legendary coin. As we draw closer to the end of this story, I want to remind you that coins like the 1966 silver Washington quarter are proof that treasures can still be found in the most unexpected places, that small, overlooked details can transform everyday items into priceless artifacts, and that numismatics is not just a hobby, it is a journey into history, art, and fortune. So let me ask you directly, would you like to learn more about hidden treasures like this? Would you like to know which coins in your pocket change might secretly hold millions? If so, then make sure you smash that subscribe button to Profit Show. Turn on notifications so you never miss the next jaw-dropping discovery, and share this video with your friends, family, and fellow collectors, because the more eyes we have searching, the greater the chance of uncovering the next rare gem in the end. The story of the 1966 Washington quarter-dollar coin is more than just about money. It is about mystery, discovery, and the thrill of the hunt. It is about ordinary people finding extraordinary value in the palm of their hand, and it is about keeping curiosity alive, because who knows? The next coin you pick up could be the one that changes everything forever.